Alright guys, today we're going to go over some 2025 stuff. First video of the year. I've taken quite a bit of time off during the winter. It gets cold and rainy here, and disc golf isn't that much fun. If you saw Broderick's last video, you know I suck at the moment, but we're going to get it back. Some things to mention. Tech Disc, still an affiliate for 2025, and Infinite Discs, my main sponsor. Today we are going to go over what I'm thinking of for the 2025 bag. We're going to test throw a bunch of discs. I have two basically identical bags, so two copies of each disc that I kind of plan on having in the bag this year. Obviously subject to change. We're going to do a fieldwork session. We're not throwing as hard or as accurately as we usually do, but a couple weeks we'll be back to normal. And this is where we start that. So, first thing we're going to do is throw our kind of approachy discs. I have Mint, first run baby, Berg X. So I swapped out the Berg for a Berg X maybe a month and a half ago or something. Bergs, when they get beat up, right, they have a little bit of flip to them for me at high power. And I wanted something that I could just laser beam flat and it wouldn't go right, but it wouldn't go far either. These discs max out at about 300 feet. Let's throw them. There's a little wheelbarrow right there. I'm gonna try to hit it. It's the goal. Wow. That thing did not fade at all, just dead straight. I'm gonna put a little hyzer on it. Same shot. We're gonna actually aim at the wheelbarrow this time. Little hyzer. Get down. Yeah. Circle one. Okay. So that is our Overstable kind of low range, low distance approach disc right now. I love that disc. It flicks really well. I should have flicked one, to be honest with you. Next disc, the Range. I love this disc. It's like a really beat up Berg. That's why I took the Berg out of the bag. This really overlapped with it. Once it gets a little bit of wear on it, I have a broken in one a little bit and a brand new one. Shout out to Papa Bros from the Discord who got me this. Super nice guy. These are my hyzer flip, straight as an arrow, 300-ish feet discs. Get them out to like 350 if you really pump them. But I love these in the woods. I played SeaTac not that long ago. I was crushing with this disc. Also, they forehand really well for that flip up, drift left forehand. I'm going to try to forehand one of these. Haven't warmed up the forehand at all yet today, so we'll see how that goes. But same-ish thing. We're going to hyzer flip this toward that little wheelbarrow there. Little drift, just straight line. So good. And then I guess we'll forehand this one. So a little flick, I expect a little pop-up. Hopefully I can hit it with no wobble. Keep flipping. Not enough wobble. So those are the two really slow discs in the bag. Next slot we're talking about is the Overstable approach disc. I currently have a Toro in the bag. I lost my puddle top Toro, and I don't like this one as much. Also, I just ordered two A5s, the 400 glow ones that I threw in the broad video. That disc felt really good. That might take this spot. But we have this, and we have another contender or two that we're going to go over. These are backhand and forehand for me. I don't mind the feel on backhand. Some people do. Just going to forehand this, same-ish spot, little flick. Not bad. All right. Next slot. We'll throw one of these zones, not both. So contenders also for that slot, depending on the A5. Finish line chicane and just a regular old, I think this is a Crystal Z zone. Same shot. I'm going to put a little less hyzer on this and try to push it a little farther. See how it flies. Hit it with just as much hyzer. So pretty much the exact same flight. Chicane, I haven't really messed around with this disc too much, but I like the feel of it. It feels like a Prodigy disc. Try to get this one flatter. Oh, yeah. I did not like how that came out of the hand, actually. I don't know. Let me try the zone on that same line. I have one more zone. That felt funky in my forehand there. Yeah, that was way better. Okay. Preliminarily, chicane, not sure about. All right, so that's the overstable approach. And then just the throwing putter. I have been messing around with this overstable throwing putter. I guess we'll talk about that real quick. I've been messing around with the Tomb. Not sure if I'm a huge fan. This one has a little flip to it. This one's mostly overstable. So we'll crank these out there for you. I think they're probably gonna go much farther than that wheelbarrow, so we won't really use those as an aim point. Just gonna throw straight in the line with that pile of branches there. This one a little bit flatter. Tiny bit of flip up. Yeah, that's really far. That's probably 350-ish. Same thing, a little bit more hyzer here, and I'm gonna release it a little bit more to the left. Kind of a lot of drift on that one. I wonder if there's wind out there. That was a lot of right to left movement for a putter. All right, moving on. Proxy, same-ish shot, but this one you can flip up and get to ride dead straight, or throw flat and get it to drift right the whole flight. I'm gonna try to do both. I'm not sure exactly what this one's stability is, but I'm pretty sure it's close to this. This one I'm gonna try to throw dead straight, flip it up, let it ride. Yep. Little low, exactly the line I wanted. Not mad at that. And then this one, I'm gonna throw a little flatter, try to get to drift right the whole flight. Glow Proxy. There's that putter turnover shot. Just beautiful. I don't know, probably 320 or something. All right, next slot. Color Glow Ultra. These were the original drop. I think they're a bit more overstable, I think, than the new drop, the Metal Flake Ultra. Shout out Brittany for sending me one of these. We'll throw the Metal Flakes first. I don't like them because they're just too gummy for me. They really like, especially forehand, they feel floppy for me. They fly really nice, so if you like gummy discs, this is the Ultra for you. I think I heard they're a little straighter. We're gonna try to crank on them a little bit and see if we can get some turn out of them. So, boom, just flat and hard. Pretty straight for the beginning of the flight. A little bit of flip up. Nice harsh fade. We're gonna forehand this one. I do not like this disc on forehand, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. It just feels wobbly for me. I'm gonna try to get to that wheelbarrow. Put it on a good amount of hyzer because I was kind of scared of it wobbling over. Not bad, circle one. And then we'll throw these Color Glow guys. This one's beat in, this one is brand new. So I will backhand this one and forehand the brand new one. We're gonna throw this flat. See what it does here. Yep, that's just good. No flip up, no turn at all. Nice harsh fade. That's exactly what I'm looking for. We will forehand this one. I'm gonna try to get it out there a little flatter and let it push kind of far is the goal. Straight to the wheelbarrow, baby. Oh, yes. Okay. There you go. Slipped out of the grip just a hair, but that's fine. All right. Straight mid-range. You guys know I chose the Chariot during the challenge. I'm still liking it a lot. We're going to throw that today versus my old favorite, the Glow Pathfinder. I don't love these in the winter because they get a little slick, but I love the flight of this disc. We're going to throw them both. Just a tiny bit of hyzer. Try to get straight and far. Yes, dude. Look at it. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Just the babyest fade. You don't have to worry about it flipping over. But it also doesn't pull out of that shot very quickly. Same shot with this. I expect this to be just a hair over more overstable, I think. Yanked it. Gosh. Yeah, so that's like during your tech day session when you get that holy grail yank 70 something mile an hour toss. Just mistimed. Okay, understable mid. So I love the MD1, but I need to find another one of these. I do not have a backup to this. So I have a Buzz SS. Shout out Bonanza. I have a Buzz SS that kind of fills a similar role. These kind of fly like my Proxy does. Just flip up, ride straight, or thrown flat, drift right. So I'm gonna throw this one, hyzer flip to just straight as an arrow if I can. Wow. Getting a little beat up, that one. It has been flipping over a little bit more consistently for me like that. So we'll see. This is the Buzz SS. This is a really money run. It's like pretty flat and like, I think it's pretty overstable for a Buzz SS, but we're gonna try the same shot. Yep, very good. Exactly what I'm looking for. And then the last candidate for that slot, I had this Glow Chariot. Last time I threw it, I thought, man, this is a little understable for a Chariot, so I'm hoping it's gonna be a similar line to that. But let's find out. Yep. Yeah, that's nice and understable, but it's not like burn over understable. Did run a good amount of hyzer and pretty high, and it still flipped all the way and just turned a little bit. So, one more throw with the Metal Flake Chariot, the straight mid-range, just because I have one and I yanked that one over. Hopefully I can give you guys a better flight here. Yeah, there you go. Very similar to that Pathfinder flight. Almost identical, really. I think the Pathfinder has a tiny bit faster, so it goes a little bit farther, but they're really close. Those are the mid-ranges. Fairway. This is my most overstable Metal Flake Scepter. Thanks to the guys in the Infinite Discord who hooked me up with these. I only had one, but now I have a backup, so these are crazy overstable. I'm gonna yank this over on Annie and show you guys. This is like my meat hook kind of flex utility disc here. So we'll try to get it out to like 350 or something and just crank it. Look at it. Yeah, it's so overstable. That one is brand new. This one is a little bit beat up. I think this one has a little bit more give to it. So I'm gonna actually try to put it on Annie this time. A little bit, but God, it just pulls out so fast. Yeah. So that is just the meat hook utility disc. 9-speed. It's just an FAF Firebird, really. I think it's almost the same mold. All right, next slot. This is my kind of much more usable overstable slot. Broadbird. I have two identical white ones. Thanks to the guy who sent me a backup for this. You're the man. These go really far straight if you hit them hard, but they have this really strong, reliable fade at the end. I'm gonna try to just smack this flat, show you guys just like how far you can get it before it hooks up very hard. Yeah. So you see it's pushy. It goes nice and far, but then it hooks up really hard. And then this is the brand new one. I haven't thrown it yet, but it feels the exact same. I'm gonna forehand this. A little bit of hyzer. The forehand honestly kind of stuck to my hand. It was pretty ugly. Forehand's not feeling good today, I gotta be real with you. All right, next slot. I'm running the Dye S Blend Roman right now. These are pretty overstable for a Roman, I think, and they're not that glidey. So more of a control driver slot. They don't go as far as you would expect for a 9 or 10 speed. But they're very, very reliable. So you can crank on them flat and it will be just fine. They remind me of a Tesla. I have a Tesla in there we're gonna try next, just to compare them. I'm gonna try to throw this as hard as I can flat, see what it does. I yanked it over. Yeah, that was awful. Second one, we'll try to do the same thing. Just flat, not yanked over, Clint. There we go. Much better. Honestly, they're really close to that broadbird. I think that landed almost right on top of it. Struggling with that slot right now. I'm gonna throw the Tesla as a comparison. I'm gonna try to hit the exact same line I hit with that second one. And that was probably like just the tiniest amount of hyzer, and it had about like a 5-degree flip up. That was the exact same line. And it's right on top of it. Okay, they're the same disc. I find that, I don't know, maybe I just released the Roman a little worse. I'm not sure, I'm giving it its full chance, but currently I feel like I throw the Tesla a little better. Next up, straight to understable 9-speed, Dynasty. I have a white dye S blend. I love this plastic. And then I have this glow one because I don't have another one of these. So it's unfortunate, but I don't think there's any for sale right now. Just gonna hit these in a slight hyzer. It should pop up, maybe drift right a little bit and go really far straight. Yeah, that just went a mile. I yank it just a little bit there. Yeah, that's like 460 or something. My bad. Gave it a little too much. All right, same shot. Just don't mess it up this time. That's better. Still up and over, but a much more like controlled, tight line, not as high in the air. All right, and the kind of hold over, full on hyzer flip, drifty. I'm using the Metal Flake Centurion. Shout out to Dustin for hooking me up with these. He gave me a couple backups. So I'm gonna try the first one. I'm gonna try pretty steep hyzer to full up, flip, drift, fade out. That's the goal. Whew. It's gotta be kind of a lot of hyzer then. I can't mess my spin up. Yep. Straight line. Not much left to right movement in that flight. I did put it a little high, to be real with you. I got a little scared of it. And then the line I kind of throw more often with this is put it up and just let it drift right and never come out. Like an end right fairway shot. We're gonna try that right now. A little bit of hyzer, just throw it hard. There it is. Just nice end right. It's probably right on top of that Dynasty, to be honest with you. Those are a little close, but the 7-speed has a little bit, I have an easier time keeping it over for longer. We're moving on to the distance drivers now. A swirly S-bend Conqueror, I like these a lot better than the Halo. Halo are really domey and they're not as overstable. These are pretty meat hook. I'll give this a little yank for you guys, kind of get it going right. You can see it pull out. I'm gonna try to throw something pretty far with this one though. So not like a spiky anything, just like a full force over. That was awful. I threw it just flat and not even hard. You can see how overstable it is. All right, next slot. Right now, I have these two Halo C Destroyers, but I have in the mail two Halo C Emperors that just came out. I'm pretty sure they're the exact same disc. They fly the exact same, so that's where we're at. This one's a little lightweight. This one's max weight, but I think they fly very close. I'm gonna try ripping it flat and hard. What I expect is it to go straight for a very long time and then hook up just a little at the end. They're not insanely overstable. They're more distance overstable. So, yep. Not very far, honestly. I need to throw those harder. Same thing with this one. I'm just gonna hit it harder. There we go. Better. Much better. Just got to remember to put some power on things in the cold weather, man. Cold weather makes it hard to throw hard. All right, next up. My favorite disc of all time, probably. The Luster C Emperor. This is the Halloween run, and this is run 19. I don't know if they're the same run. I find these to be a little less stable. But we're going to throw them both. I should get a little bit of turn, but a nice solid fade. And really good distance if I hit them right. Slight hyzer. Just try to get to that mound out there. It's 480 to that pile of sticks out there. Too much hyzer. Unfortunate. Still going though. Honestly, not bad. It's a little too much hyzer. I didn't trust it. I find in the winter, I put too much hyzer on most of my discs. I'm used to throwing harder, and I'm throwing a good 3 miles an hour less. So they just don't get as much flip up. And I'm gonna try to account for that on this one. Just put it out there a little bit more flat and trust it. I just did almost the exact same thing. Yeah, I did literally the exact same thing. So I'm working on it, getting better in the winter. I think I'm just used to throwing hard, and when I can't throw hard, my disc just stability changes, and I need to learn to adjust my, probably just adjust my disc. Like, I'm just gonna throw these two. This is the next stability up. This is a beat up Luster C. This is a swirly S-Blend Emperor, and these should get quite a bit of flip up and turn. So I'm gonna throw them just like I threw those last ones, but they should get a full flight. First, swirly S-Blend, give it a crank. Trying to break that 480 marker. Oh yeah, that's gone. Yep, not bad. Little bit too much trust there. This is kind of my flippy distance driver slot. I'm gonna try to trust this one a little less and get it in a straight line here. Man. Yeah, that one might have a little bit more bite back at the end. Went super far, probably 475-ish. Last but not least, the kind of holdover right distance driver. This one's brand new, so it might not flip as much. It is my backup. This one's beat in. These are Moon Dust Wraiths. They're pretty flippy for a Wraith. So I'm gonna throw this on hyzer, get to flip up and over hopefully, go really far and end slightly right. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, not bad about that. Same thing, 475-ish. And we'll see if this one's more stable. I have a feeling it's gonna be, because that other one took a little while to get to that point. So, try to throw this one a little more on a straight line here. Yeah, that's exactly the straight line I was looking for. I didn't really connect with it on the release. I feel like my finger slipped a tiny bit. But that's what happens when it's cold out. All right, we got forehand discs. I'm bagging 3. Super flat Halo Emperor. This thing is meat hook overstable. It's basically utility disc only for forehands. Then kind of my main distance driver. This is a swirly S-Blend Emperor, also very flat forehand Emperor. And then an old GG Wraith, also pretty flat for a Wraith. I like flatter discs on my forehand. So I really don't have very many backups for this slot because I have to find specific discs. But we're gonna throw them out there. I'm gonna kind of knife this one over just a little bit. And you see it just knifes at the end of the flight. My forehand's feeling a little weird today, but that was not bad. That's kind of like a safe shot. These next two, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of flip up on them. See if I can get them to turn a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Not feeling the greatest on the forehand today, honestly. Pretty solid. I don't know, maybe 375 or something like that. And then the Wraith, flippier for sure, harder to control, but really good for those flip up hyzers. Probably what I'm gonna try to do with it. We'll see. I'm gonna try to get it to go far, actually, is what I'm gonna try to do. Try to hit perfect, basically. Dang, so close. Did not flip it all the way, kept it on hyzer. Still went pretty far. Last, Kona Panis Emperor. This disc is awesome. I've set some pretty good records with it, but I don't have a spot in the bag yet. We're gonna try to get a nice solid 500 footer to end the video here. That's the goal. And I think we did it. Yep. There you go. We still got 500 feet even in the winter. It's just a lot harder, and you know, things have to go a little bit more right. It's not just like a everyday thing. It's more like you gotta focus. My fingers are frozen. Thanks for watching if you did, and let me know in the comments if you like my choices, dislike my choices, think there's anything I should try from Infinite. Yeah. Till next time. Peace.